want to make this teeny tiny itty bitty little working snow globe. It has to work, otherwise serotonin will not go burr. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if this is going to work. I severely underestimated how small this was going to be. I have my work cut out for me.
Dayleigh, come here!
This is a journey we're gonna take together. It is snowing today. It is the perfect weather to make a snow globe. I literally could not have planned this. And I was so glad I got everything that I needed before.
It's so tiny.
I've never felt so proud of myself for not procrastinating. This couldn't be more perfect right now. So let's get into it. This right here is gonna be our little secret ingredient. We have everything we need. I think I'm ready to get started. It is still snowing outside and I don't know when it's gonna stop. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I wanna be making the snow globe while it's snowing. So let's get right into it. The problem with having an unfinished studio is I don't have a chair yet. So we're gonna go hunting in my house for a suitable chair. I'll be right back. Desk chair will do. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if this is going to work. I hope it does, but I'm not sure if I can make it happen. But we'll see. This is a journey we're gonna take together. This is my secret ingredient. Hopefully. They are these teeny tiny, itty bitty little spheres. They're definitely plastic, but they are, I don't know how the beauty gurus do it. It's so hard, man. But there you go, and it has this tiny little hole. My hope is to be able to make an itty bitty little landscape inside of it. I didn't quite account for how tiny the opening is. A centimeter. That is exactly half a centimeter. But for my fellow American friends, that is a little less than 1/4 of an inch. I have my work cut out for me. I've never sculpted anything this tiny out of polymer clay. I've made little polymer clay earrings, bigger than the actual little orb here, but I'm excited. I have my sculpting tools here, little silicone ones. So they're nice and flexible. I have the clay we picked up, plus a little extra that I have. This is my inspiration. I have to, I was protecting it from dust. Because polymer clay doesn't air dry, it only dries once you bake it, but it can get dusty. If you're gonna focus on it, I'll hide. I'm hiding. I made this little Arctic fox. So happy. This was my exercise to get back into clay making, and I'm so happy with how she's turned out. But my goal is to make a teeny tiny little version of her sleeping in the middle of a little evergreen forest. So I have to make teeny tiny little trees and a teeny tiny little fox. By the way, if your desk isn't even and you leave the box of little orbs open on your desk, they will roll around everywhere, just so that you're aware in case you happen to make the same mistake I did. So let me get these cleaned up. And then let's make this fox. Also made sure to pick up this clay softener. When I made the original Arctic fox, my hands actually got sore trying to like knead it and get it soft enough to work with. So I think this is gonna be a lifesaver, especially with working with these teeny tiny little models. So I think the smartest thing to do is start off with something a little simpler, and that would be the trees. And let's give this the good old try. Oh, this is a little bit easier than, oh no, not the green. I forgot green clay is literally the worst. Okay, I might not need the softener for this clay. And then let's see, what should our scale be? It has to fit in here. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's gonna look so cute. I should have something that I can hold on to. Okay, so this little container, I think is gonna work perfectly for our base. There we go. I'm gonna work from that. So I wanna do either 2 or 3. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to see how it looks. I do like decorating in, the rule of 3, where things tend to look really good in odd numbers, at least especially 3, hence the name. But since this is so small, and we're also gonna have the fox in there as sort of a third element, hopefully, I think we could get away with just 2 trees. Well, that's not too bad for a start. I know there's a technique where you can kind of take scissors and like snip around it, and it'll kind of create these little evergreen leaves, but I don't think I have scissors small enough to do that. Ooh, tweezers would be good. I severely underestimated how small this was going to be. I brought some more tools. I brought a pair of tweezers, toothpicks, and a razor blade. Now if we refine this technique, I think this could actually work well, because this is the same concept as the scissors, except small enough that we can be more precise. I think I'm gonna keep practicing. This looks like actual garbage right now, but I think a little bit of practice, as with all things, we might be able to make this look better. So, restart. My goal is just to get some texture on here. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can't be perfect. It's so small. You're not gonna see every little detail, but you will see that there is detail, if you know what I mean. Just giving it some texture is gonna do a lot for it. So let's take this one off and see what it looks like. Timber! Okay, I think this is what I wanted to go for. It's so small. Can you see that? I don't want to speak too soon, but I do think that that is the effect that we're going for. He's so itty bitty. I think it's like just enough texture to work. Let's keep going. There he is on the end of a sewing pin. And look at that. How precious. I am in love. I'm gonna make one more. I'm gonna try to make it even smaller if that's possible, or maybe like tall and skinny. I think we'll try that. Okay, I'm so excited. Okay, this one's gonna be challenging in its own right because it's gonna be so narrow. And for those of you who are worried, this is a really dulled razor blade. This is one that's just used to like open packages and such all the time. Don't worry.
And after making all of those teeny tiny trees, I figure we both deserve a teeny tiny snow day break.
so cold. It's freezing out there, but it is so beautiful. Very inspiring too, by the way. But I think this does call for some hot chocolate. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some hot chocolate and then we'll get to work on the fox. I'm so excited.
With some much needed hot chocolate now on hand, it was time to finally get started on our teeny tiny sleeping little fox.
As you can see, it is nighttime out now, but I think I'm done. I think I have everything I want for our little snow globe. So I made, let me show you, a couple of tree options of the textured trees, and those are on like the little nails. So I'm hoping I can just cut them off, leave a little bit of like a trunk, and stick them in that way. I also made a couple of backup trees here. They're very simple. They're just simple little cones, and I swirled some white on them to look like snow. Really hard to see, but our little fox, he's right there. I'll see you guys in the morning to hopefully put it all together and see if this actually works. Okay, see you in the morning.
Good morning!
I wouldn't say it's bright and early, but it is bright, so that has to count for something, right? The snow is actually starting to melt just a little bit. We're getting like little icicles. I love it. The sun is out, it's reflecting off the snow, so it was a super bright morning, and it's really beautiful out, and I'm slowly warming up, slowly waking up, and here we are. Project update. I was gonna bake them up last night, after dinner while the oven was warm, and I realized I forgot to make the base for the snow globe, which is really gonna sell the whole snow globe effect. So I'm gonna make that now, and then we'll get into the actual assembly, hopefully, as long as it works. Okay, see you then. Oh my goodness, look at this. It's finally starting to look like a snow globe. I am positively enchanted. It's so cute. Now it's finally time to get it all baked up with all our other little goodies, and then hopefully the next step will be gluing everything together. So the instructions say 275 for 15 minutes per 1/4 of an inch of thickness. I'm gonna have to watch these very carefully. Maybe like 5 minutes? If even. Maybe it's gonna be like 30 seconds. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm standing here with like a toothpick, like I'm gonna be able to tell like a cake, like I can poke it in the middle and see if it's done. I don't know what to do, but I don't want to burn it. It's been like 5 minutes, so I'm gonna check it. Poke, 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 poke. Ah! I'm gonna give them like another minute or two because the trees still felt a little soft. So we'll see. So I was thinking about it, and I thought it'd be super adorable if the water that we used for the snow globe was actually melted snow. I don't know. I thought that would be fun. So let's go get a little bit of snow, shall we? Okay, so we have our snow melting. We have our baked bits. We have our big Arctic fox for emotional support. I have some super glue and literally all my other supplies right here. Let's see if we can figure this out. So the plan is, there. I am just so excited to get back into crafting. It's been at least a hot minute, so I don't know. And it comes and goes. I still, you know, I'm struggling to maintain that motivation and inspiration, but it's there finally where it wasn't. So I'm very excited to get back into just making pretty things that make the serotonins go brr and just, I don't know, make me happy. And you know, I thought maybe you'd like to come along. Or if not, that's fine. You can stay home, you do you. Okay, so I've got all our little jewelry bits that we'll be using. I have a couple of our globes. I have our chain, some tweezers because we're looking with some little pieces. I have some super glue, some of the like jewelry nails. I have our keychain. This is pure glycerin. This is a sugar alcohol that's used in food, soaps, skincare, a bunch of stuff. This is what's gonna be basically the thickening agent for our snow globe. There are a couple different options, but this one is fantastic because it's actually pure, like clear. So I wanted to go with this one. And then of course we have our snow water, which is almost melted. It's very cold. Look at these itty bitty little cutters. Snip, snip. Okay, where to start? So the first thing I want to do so we can get it drying is I want to paint our little base stand. I have these beautiful gold and silver watercolor paints, and I'm not worried about it being water soluble because this will be on the outside and, you know, honestly shouldn't get wet. So they're beautiful, iridescent, and I'm just gonna dry brush them on practically. I kind of want to match the brassy color a little bit. I've not used these pans yet before, and I'm really excited to. Oh, it's so pearlescent. I'm just gonna brush off the majority of this until there's almost nothing on my brush, and I'm just very lightly gonna brush this on. Just like that. A little bit of shine just here and there. So while that dries, I want to get a little bit of snow on these trees. I want to try, and this might be crazy, I'm gonna try heat embossing these trees with snow. I think that would be a really neat texture. So basically, heat embossing is taking some kind of ink, typically Versamark. I have a Versamark marker instead of like an ink pad. And wherever you put this, you can then take some embossing powder. This is white embossing powder. They have clear, black, all sorts of colors. And then once it's coated in the powder, then you can heat set it with like a heat gun. It gives you like this raised texture that it's like pure white or clear or whatever color your embossing powder is. So I want to try to put on these little trees. I think it would look really cool if it works. And it is resistant to water, other inks, that sort of thing. I'm excited to see if this actually works. I'm so nervous. I don't want to mess this up. Oh no, can you see my hands are shaking? Okay, got a little bit everywhere. And then we just kind of knock off the excess, hopefully. So at this point you can kind of mess around with it now that you have the powder on, and you can just kind of brush it off where there's like too much. So this is a heat gun. It's basically a small hair dryer, and I'm just gonna, moment of truth. It totally worked. That looks so cool. It literally looks like there's snow on this tiny little tree. Okay, let's do the rest of them. Love how these turned out. I'm so glad the heat embossing worked. And now that all of that is done, I think all we have left to do is assemble. I can't wait to see this come together. I'm gonna leave them a little bit of leeway. I think I heard it go in that direction, so I'll be right back. Oh my goodness, I found it. Let's continue. Here, let me get you a better angle. Okay, this is the scary part. This is where I can seriously mess this up. We are just going to have to commit. Here goes nothing. It broke it. The tree snapped in half when I was trying to cut the wire a little bit shorter. That's okay, we have super glue. This is fine. Okay, super glue low-key kind of scares me. Okay, as you can probably tell, it's the next day and I have done a couple of prototypes because I only get one shot at actually putting the glitter, the glycerin, and the water together and then sealing it. So I'm super nervous. So I made a couple of prototypes and some of them I changed the amount of glycerin that's in it. Some of them I changed the amount of glitter that I put in, and it works. I did have a sealing issue with two of them, this one and one that I took apart. So 2 out of 4, it's a 50-50 shot. They're not the odds that I like, but we have to go for it because honestly, there's no more like planning at this point. It is just try our best and see what happens. So that's what we're gonna do. I have some fine glitter that is like a silver whitish and some super glue. Definitely not the super glue that I accidentally glued the cap to. And I also have this little, I don't know, it's like a little thing that came in the kit that's for like bead making. So the beads, it's like a little ramp for the beads and it's perfect for the glitter. I'm scared and overwhelmed, but let's give it a shot. I decided that I best liked the look of 8 drops of glycerin. It's like super thick. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever used Cairo syrup, but it's kind of like that. So 3, 8. Put a little bit of our snow water in. Okay, so you can see that. Oh, it's so exciting. Okay, and I'm gonna give it a little bit of a shake just to get the glycerin and the water emulsified before we go putting the glitter in. Otherwise the glitter kind of likes to stick, kind of likes to emphasize the separation and it's kind of difficult. So yeah. At this point, I'm gonna put our glitter in. Yay amount. And I'm gonna wipe that off and then also give it a shake. So that's where we're at right now. It's not cute. It's only halfway full. My hands are definitely not shaking. Don't worry about it. Okay, so the glitter and the water is like, you know, like cohesion. It's like bubbled at the top. Guess what? We're gonna shake it again. The huge thing is to make sure that this is dry on the top. We're gonna take our super glue and we're just gonna bloop all the way around and on the edge. So that's as good as we can get. We have to act quickly now. I'm gonna put one more drop on the globe, then not choke. And we're we're just gonna hold it there for about at least 15 seconds. This is riveting content. Okay, and that is the best we can do. I'm just gonna wipe that right there. Oh, my hands are still shaking. And now nope. I'm gonna put it down and I'm not gonna touch it for like a little bit longer because we're dealing with water and super glue, I'm just gonna leave it. And I'm gonna definitely screw the cap on my super glue that definitely still screws on because I didn't, yeah. I let it sit for a couple minutes and now it's the moment of truth. Gonna shake it. Okay. It works. Oh my goodness. See all the glitter in there? Okay, now it's time for the official reveal. Oh my gosh, the lens is foggy. There, is that better? Okay, I am freezing cold, but I am so happy with how this little guy turned out. Oh my goodness, look at that. Ah! So cute. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, my hands are so cold. Look at that. It's perfect. It's all I wanted it to be. Oh my goodness. I love it. I really enjoyed this project. I hope you did as well. If you did, it would be super helpful as this is my first vlog and I'm trying to get off the ground with YouTube. It would be so helpful if you were to click the like button. That would just help YouTube suggest my videos to others. And also, if you'd like to see more, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. I plan on doing a lot more crafts, projects, vlogs, just things that I really enjoy doing on the daily. And if you have a little extra time, I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. Okay, bye. Oh no, it's stuck in there. No! I feel like one of those monkeys doing a puzzle at a zoo to test their intelligence. I passed the test.
You wanna go in the snow? Yeah. All right, come on, let's go. Dayleigh. Oh, Dayleigh, come here. Look at you got a little snow on your nose. Oh my goodness. Okay, I better get him inside and get us both warmed up. Okay, let's go. Did you have fun? Yes.